Yo, welcome back to another edition of Madden Simulation. We are up to week 13 in the NFL, and Madden bounced back last week. Correctly got the Packers versus Rams, and improve its record to. What did they improve his record to? 8-5. That's it. This week we're going to do a rare Monday night matchup where we got an AFC East showdown, as you can see. The New England Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills. Where, surprise, surprise, New England has bounced back without Tom Brady for once. And the Bills, that after last year seemed like to be the team to be the new team, the new beast in the East. But they have struggled as of late. So here we go. We will have the Bills and Patriots. So let's sit back, relax, watch how this game unfolds, and let's talk a little bit some football as we go.
The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out.
Oh man, that tastes good.
As their Bills will do battle with the New England Patriots.
Excuse me. Oh, still got a makeshift setup here. I really thought by now I'd be using my brand new speaking computer, but it turns out I got some issues with that, and I am not too happy about that. So I'm still using my old reliable laptop, but it is what it is for recording purposes, and like I said, it is what it is. So the Bills will get the ball first. Oh, takes out to 20. Bulldozes his way up to the 25-yard line. Now, like I said before, we got a showdown in the East today. And I don't usually do Monday nights. I try to stay on Sunday, but of all the games that are happening this weekend, the only other one that I thought that would have been a good one was Denver, Kansas City, but we've done can't say a lot. We have done Buffalo. We've done New England, I think once, because we did New England versus Tampa Bay, and I think that was the last time New England lost, because the Patriots have won 6 straight games. They were 2-4.
Still 15 yards to go.
The Bills, they are 7-4. And
to throw, it's Allen. And his throw's going to be in.
Oh, excuse me. I mean, so we all know what happened to New England last year. I mean, Tom Brady decided to leave. He did not want to stay anymore. His contract was up. He left. He went to Tampa Bay. The whole COVID thing struck, and I know a handful of players opted out. I don't know how many players decide to come back this year.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force him.
And they had a struggle to find a starting quarterback. You had Cam Newton that came in to play, and I forget who the other guy was, but for the first time in a long time, New England did not win the division. New England did not even make the playoffs.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Patriots take over. Time to get our first look at the Patriot offense and quarterback Matt Jones, the rookie out of Alabama,
and so,
15 overall pick in 2021.
yeah, so then in the offseason, New England was able to draft quarterback Mac Jones, like they just said, from Alabama, and he's been starting since day one. They got Cam Newton, and this is what New England has looked like. Week 1, they lost a 1-point game to Miami, which is funny. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, New England was losing 17-10, and they got 2 field goals late in the third and early in the fourth, but couldn't get any closer. So I mean, that game week 1 matchups, this is always could go any way, shape, or form.
To throw again on second down, Jones. This complete to Henry over the middle. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But week 2, boom, they bounced back. They beat up the Jets 25-6. So they're back to 1-1. Week 3, they struggled. Oh, okay. No, it wasn't that one. Week 3, they struggled. They lost to the Saints, and they were 1-2. Okay. Then Tampa Bay came down, and they played in a rainstorm. Boom, but they fell short, 19-17. So that was their 3rd loss of the season. Oh, look at that time. Get rid of it. But then, in a close one, they bounced back, beat Texans 25-22. And they were forced overtime to the Cowboys, who they lost to go.
Looking to throw, Jones.
Incomplete. That was really the Texans game was really only their 2nd win, I guess. And they lost the Cowboys to go 2-4. But then this is what has happened since. They played the Jets again, and they just destroyed the Jets 54-13. They went out to LA to beat the Chargers 27-24. They went to Carolina, beat them 24-6. Cleveland came to town 45-7. They beat Cleveland 45-7. They went to Atlanta, they beat them 25-0. They hosted Tennessee, and they beat them this past week 36-13 to win their 6th straight. Then yeah, they play.
And typically, what I've heard from
How's
guys
that?
and what I remember from playing, if you don't
Okay.
have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great
They play
day
this
for
week,
you. You're
that's
not really
6,
ready to
okay.
play.
Then
So
they
finding a way
play
to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative
8.
way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
Man, their schedule's all wonky donkey, because I know they have New England has a bye in week 14. Okay. And then they play on Saturday the 18th for week 15.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea.
Man,
Somehow, I'm going to have to make someone
they're robbing New England there.
shred my defense.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Allen going to give this one to Singletary.
Anywho, so that's where New England stands right now. This is their Week 13 matchup. They play this week, and then they have next week off, Week 14. And then this is what the remaining schedule looks like for them. They go to Indianapolis. Then they host the Bills on the 26th, Week 16. Week 17, they host Jacksonville. And Week 18 is a rematch of Week 1, but this time in Miami. Week 1 was in New England, so. And, I mean, this is going to be a tough game. Both these games are going to be tough for New England, in my opinion. But how Buffalo's been playing and how Buffalo
in for a tough matchup. What do you think the game plan is here tonight?
It can go either way. They can split, but yet Buffalo. I was expecting a lot more out of Buffalo, but now how things are going. So we'll look at how Buffalo got to where they are now in a little bit.
Because if so, they're hard to deal with, and it makes for a long evening.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen.
Because I feel like Buffalo's had up and down seasons, and the teams that they've lost to is like they should have won, and teams that they won against is like how they possibly could have lost to, you know?
Emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw here pulled in by Beasley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route.
Okay, let's take a look at Buffalo. How they got to where they got. Let's see how this drive goes first. Then we'll talk a little bit about. Oh, that's what? Face mask?
Flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Oh, holding. Whatever. But anyways, Buffalo. That's not what I wanted. Week 1, they start with a loss as well. And at home against Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's been a 500 team. Oof. Pittsburgh's been a. Oh, how did he bounce out? I looked away for 1 second. Look what happened.
And the Bills have taken the early lead. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally.
Let's see how. No, that doesn't help me. Jeez. But anyway, so week 1, they lose to Pittsburgh at home. But like I've said before, week 1 is always a gimme in my opinion, because the starters are actually playing all 60 minutes more or less, and real action. Week 2, they destroyed Miami. They bounced back and shellacked them 35-0. Okay, so I was like, okay, this is the Buffalo team that we were expecting to see. Week 3, 43-21 over Washington. It's like, there we go. Week 4, 40-0. Okay, we got this high-power offense. They're in full swing now. 3 straight games of 35-plus points. They're 3-1. Week 5, they go to Kansas City. They shellac the Chiefs 38-20. Boom. So they are what? They won 4 straight. They were 4-1. They go They go to Tennessee and in a not a barn burner, but in a shootout, they lose on Monday night 34-31.
Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it 2nd and 3,
Excuse me.
2nd and manageable.
So
Keep
okay,
accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the
they
football.
got a little,
Don't want to get behind the
but I
sticks
mean
because
Tennessee's
then
supposed to be a good team
the
too, so
defense
they
has the
faltered,
advantage.
so they dropped to 4-2. Then they host Miami, they take care of them 26-11. First time they didn't score 30 points since week 1.
Open man, the tight end Henry. And they get him down,
But then
before he takes it across the 40
here's a head scratcher.
Successful start to the drive.
They lose to
17
Jacksonville
yards and lose the sticks.
9-6 in Jacksonville. Like, what happened? This high-power offense. Who was hurt? Who was injured? I don't know. Then they stumbled. Then they went to, what is it? What did I say? They were 4-2, 5-2, 5-3 at this point, I think.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
But then, you know, okay, they play the Jets and they shellacked them 45-17. But then, out of nowhere, boom, Indianapolis. Indianapolis puts a whooping on, well, I should say Jonathan Taylor put a whooping on the Bills, 41-15. So, what? So they were what, 6-4, and then they took on New Orleans on Thanksgiving night, and they took care of business there, 31-6, getting back to that 30+ points. 3 straight games of at least 30 points or more. So now what? They are 7-4, and they've had 11 days of rest. They will have. And they're 7-4, and that's only because they've had their bye and New England has not.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Open man right side Myers, and he'll take this to the 47, but no further.
Yeah.
As they get him
So
down, well
I mean,
short of the line to gain.
both these teams have had their ups and downs. Just in my mind, though, Buffalo had those surprise losses, like to Jacksonville, only scoring 6 points. And then Indianapolis, and giving up 40, what did I say, 41?
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but
And
headed straight for the sidelines.
it just brings the question and so forth, like, okay, did Bill Belichick really need Tom Brady? Was Tom Brady a system quarterback? And I mean, I still say yes, Tom Brady was a system quarterback. You plugged him in, and to start, I mean, how New England won their first 3 Super Bowls under Bill Belichick, it wasn't Tom Brady that was just hooting and hollering and showing every which way what. The defense, they were carried by that defense, and Tom Brady was able to get things done. It was when Tom Brady started to evolve to become that better quarterback, is when they lost 2 Super Bowls in a row. You know? And then, well, they got lucky on Super Bowl 39.
He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox.
Or they should have lost to Seattle. And then,
Very nice pickup of 33 yards.
well, what you think about it? Oh, you can think about it. They should have lost to Seattle. They should have lost to Atlanta. They lost to Philadelphia. And they beat the LA Rams. They beat the Rams there. Excuse me. Oh, come on, Mike. Take a spot.
Play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's right.
On the handoff, it's Singletary. Oh, fighting off the
Ooh, Singletary just bumbling, rumbling, stumbling.
43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Left side caught by Diggs. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
I'll have to deal with that later, I guess. That's not what I want to do. Anyways, what else is there?
Here's Allen.
Rolls. Oh, touchdown.
That he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
I mean, some other NFL news. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, he's done again. He hurt his ankle. Should NFL teams stop giving running backs huge money? Lessons from 8 recent deals. Wow. See, that's the tricky part with the running backs. They do so much, but they're almost, you could plug them in.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
And it's more of what have you done for me lately instead of what have you just done. Because that's the thing, the average age of a running back or running back's career in the NFL goes down, isn't long. I would say 6 to 7 years, if that. Because I think, didn't McCaffrey just got a big deal this past week? Yeah. McCaffrey, was it average 16 million? Ooh. Zeke Elliott's 15 million. Alvin Kamara 15. What he hasn't, I haven't heard his name a lot. Dalvin Cook, yeah, he separated his shoulder.
What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Derrick Henry, we all know he got hurt. What's that flag on? Nick Chubb. I didn't realize Nick Chubb had holding on the offense.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead
Joe Mixon. Well, Aaron Jones. I don't think Jones was sprained both MCL and hamstring before leaving.
20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Jones. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I don't know.
When you run in the slant,
I mean,
is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no
just quickly talking about paying running backs. It just, I mean, you look what happened to Le'Veon Bell a handful of years ago. He was the Swiss Army knife for the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? Line him up in the backfield, he'll run the ball. You can throw the ball to him out of the backfield or line him up on the line of scrimmage. And boom, boom, boom. He was just a dual threat everywhere. But then, you use him like such, you should pay him like such. And yeah. And Pittsburgh is not that team of paying people. And so he decided this. forget if they franchise tagged him or not, but he sat out the entire season. And so he sat out the entire season, became a free agent, signed with the Jets, and was never the same since. And it's like, you can't sit out an entire season and expect to be just as good. And just because you get paid your money, which I think he got paid less than if he would have stayed with Pittsburgh, but he was downhill after that. Then how was he? He bounced around the league, and he was with Kansas City too at some point, and I think he was just with the Ravens earlier this year and was let go. And like I said, when it comes to running backs in the NFL, they're only good for about 5 to 7 years, in my opinion. You get them as a rookie, maybe sign them to a contract extension, and those 4 to 5 years and add 3 more, and by then you can find someone else that shares time in the backfield with you, and then you go with the hot hand. And I don't think you get a running back to stay with the same team for over 10 years.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a run with Singletary. And he'll be taken down at the 46 line. 57 yards rushing for him.
Let's take a let's go to stats.
They're making a real first quarter statement with a run game.
Leading rushers right now. Here. Rushing stats. You have Jonathan Taylor. He leads the league in rushing at 1205. Next closest is Derrick Henry, who hasn't played in weeks.
On second and very short.
At 937, Joe Mixon. Then Nick Chubb, Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, Antonio Gibson, Nigel Harris, Lamar Jackson has 770 yards rushing.
Complete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
See, okay.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary.
And the days, I mean, obviously we all know this is a running back league, a passing league. So everything is all about the quarterback and wide receivers or tight ends, and not much with the running game. But yet, you still, if you can't ground and pound, you're not going to get anywhere overall. Oh, finally, we got to the end of the quarter.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Allen. He's got a man. It's his fullback.
Yeah, and how many teams carry fullbacks these days?
Before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made them pay for that.
So right now, Buffalo is just having their way with New England, which I don't think is going to completely happen.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A A solid gain of 7
I
yards that
suppose.
time on the keeper and a first down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Throwing on first down is Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do.
Oh, boy.
How he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets.
And now Buffalo is on the doorstep once again.
He'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the counter, this is Singletary. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Throwing now is Allen.
Now he runs with it, and he fumbles it. And New England's going to recover. Jeez.
A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it.
So just like that,
First and goal, it's 1st and 10.
had an opportunity to at least kick a field goal, and he fumbles it. Now the Patriots in prime position to march down the field.
Look downfield for Henry, and he's got it.
Oh, what's the flag though?
On the sideline. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Well, it's not really moving the offense backwards. It's just, you know, lost it down. That's the penalty. We'll see if New England can get out of their own. Oh, can turn something in from nothing. And at the moment, they're not turning anything.
Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jones.
Well, they got the first down and more.
Hands of Stevenson. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Where they showed a 5-receiver set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the.
And that's the other funny thing is, you know, Mac Jones, he's a rookie, and he has the best. He's doing the best out of everybody. I mean, who else was draft rookie quarterbacks this year? You have what, Zach Wilson.
Line of scrimmage, the 31
But yet he's
now
playing
on
for the
1st and
Jets,
10.
so what do you expect from that?
From the gun, it's Stevenson.
Justin Fields, he's been banged up.
Solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a second and
Who else
3.
is out there that's a rookie quarterback?
Play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely, pretty good room
Oh,
to run on that
man.
last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still.
Oh yeah, Lawrence Taylor.
Each and every time,
I mean, he's playing for Jacksonville, so.
Second down, it's Harris. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So, anyways.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Ooh.
He's got it complete to Aguilar. And
I
he's
think
able
one
to
of their
get
rookie
this one
quarterbacks
down
are
to
out there.
40-yard line.
I mean, there's
The
what?
Patriot
Trey
passing
Lance,
game
but
is
he
rolling.
hasn't
They got
been
another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first
consistent
half.
starter.
I like the way that they're having panicked out there. The way they're carrying
Excuse me.
themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson.
Oh, nowhere. Okay.
Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard.
We'll take a look at standings in a quick minute. We already know how the AFC East is panning out at the moment.
So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control.
As these two teams are fighting for first place.
They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
That's one thing I didn't. Okay, so I didn't finish with that. So the Bills play at Tampa Bay in 2 weeks. Then they host Carolina. They're back at New England, then Atlanta, and then the Jets. So you would think 1, 2, 3 more wins for sure, and the 2 games against New England and Tampa Bay game should be the iffy ones. Anyways, whatever. Okay, let's get to standings. Review the current standings and playoff, so forth. In the NFL, in the AFC East, as we always start. You already know, New England, they're in first place at 8-4, have won 6 in a row. Followed by Buffalo, who are 7-4, who are still, in my opinion, in those 7 games that they have won, they've more or less dominated. In the 4 games they have lost, they have struggled. So we'll see if how Monday night turns out. That's going to be a thriller, like I said.
Off the play fake, Jones.
But then you have Miami, who's now won 4 in a row. Miami was 1-7, and now have won 4 in a row, and they're 5-7. I mean, I don't think they're going to sneak up and take over the East, but they've turned things around down there in Miami. And then the lonely Jets somehow have won 3 games. They're 3-8. We move to the AFC North.
The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They've got a first and 10 from the 10.
They can still get a first down at the 1. Okay. Oh. But in the AFC North, we have Baltimore, who are 8-3. They lead. They're in first place in the AFC at the moment. I think the AFC has had the most teams fluctuate from first But anyways, they're 8-3, followed by Cincinnati, who are 7-4. So they're on the tips of the Ravens. Hey, touchdown. But then you have Cleveland at 6-6 and Pittsburgh at 5-1. So every team in the AFC North does not have a losing record. You know, oh, congratulations, no one has a losing record. But Cleveland, that people had high hopes for, they're struggling. And I said this since day one. Cleveland is not going to the Super Bowl, and they have regressed. And Pittsburgh, somehow, some way, Mike Tomlin does not finish with a losing record, and at the moment he's still above 500, or still at 500 at 5-1. And now with 17 games, you can't finish 8-8, but you can finish 8-1. Then we move on to the AFC South. You have Tennessee, they're at 8-4, and they have lost 2 straight. Then you have Indianapolis, they're slowly sneaking up. They're 6-6, but they choked away their game last week. So yeah, I tune in. I think that was supposed to be my upset pick of the week, was Indianapolis over Tampa Bay, and they were winning at halftime. And I'm like, I get a chance. I'm like, oh hey, I want to watch. I want to tune in and watch this. The Indianapolis, they're winning. They're beating Tampa Bay. It's 30 minutes to go. Let's tune in. And what does Indianapolis do? They throw the ball, throw, and then either intercepted or sack, fumble, strip, and it's like, oh man, what the heck? I tuned in to watch Jonathan Taylor, who went to Wisconsin, who was a beast. Oh, and all they do is, you're winning. Why aren't you running the ball? And what happens? Leonard Fournette for the Buccaneers, he has a day with 4 total touchdowns. And I'm like, you blew this. You had a chance to beat Tampa Bay to improve your record to 7-5, to get closer to Tennessee, who has struggled in recent weeks.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And you just choked this game away. But anyways, they're 6-6, and then you have Houston at 2-9 and Jacksonville at 2-9. Ooh. And then AFC West, you have Kansas City, winners of 4 straight. I think they're just coming off their bye now. They were 3-4 at one point. They had an up and down start. Now they're finally getting their rhythm, winning 4 in a row. They're 7-4, leading the West.
Another try after the first down sack.
Oh.
Allen.
And then you got Los Angeles, you got LA Chargers, Denver, and Las Vegas, all at 6-5.
A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Like, sheesh. So, just like the AFC North, the AFC West, no losing records.
Here's Allen to throw it.
Wow.
He's got the hook up with Diggs. And all the way down to the 39.
Now they finally move the ball.
Long developing route there on the post corner, but it was worth the wait.
It certainly was.
Okay, then we move on to the NFC.
Usually a couple of steps towards the middle of the field in order to give the defender.
NFC is a little more. What's the word?
Well executed.
What's the word I'm looking for? Not level playing field. Dang it.
To the air, Allen. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs.
Whew.
And they move this all the
I
way
can't think
down
the words I'm looking for. Anyways, in the NFC East, you have the Dallas Cowboys 7-4. They have had struggles in the month of November, and now they play Thursday night. They host. I think they host the Saints on Thursday Night Football. Both teams just played a week ago on Thanksgiving, and now they play a week later on Thursday night, and they'll be out without their head coach, Mike McCarthy, who tested positive for COVID. But I think Dan Quinn is going to step up and be the coach for Thursday night's game, as he's the defense coordinator and former head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Now, how funny it would be is if the Cowboys get out to a huge lead and all of a sudden they blow it.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Yeah, last time Buffalo was down here, they fumbled it.
Allen gonna throw.
But then you have Washington. They are 5-6. They've won 3 straight. And then Philadelphia is 5-7. New York Giants are 4-7. So Washington slowly sneaking up. And the thing is, Washington, after this week, they have their last 5 games are within a division. They played the Cowboys twice, they played the Eagles twice, and they played the Giants once.
Looking left side, he's got it complete. Touchdown, Bills.
And then we go to the NFC North. We have the Green Bay Packers. They are at 9-3. They bounce back, take down the Rams, and extend their lead by at least 3 games over the Minnesota Vikings, who are 5-6, followed by Chicago, who's 4-7, and the lonely Detroit Lions, who are 0-10-1.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. So this drive spans.
In the NFC South, you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They are 8-3, but nipping at their heels are Atlanta, surprisingly 5-6, New Orleans 5-6, and even Carolina at 5-7. But I think Carolina's reality check is going to hit soon. And then in the NFC West, which I thought was going to be one of the best divisions in of all of football, you have Arizona, who's idle. They're 9-2. Then you have the LA Rams. They are 7-4. San Francisco 6-5, followed by the lonely Seahawks, who I thought all 4 teams in this division were going to make the playoffs. But I shouldn't say it ain't going to happen. That's still a possibility. You have Seattle at 3-8.
Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon
Look at the
themselves
playoffs,
and say, okay,
the current playoff standings at the moment.
or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally.
Now, New England does get the ball, I think, in the second half right away.
Throwing on first down.
Now, if the Patriots can move the ball efficiently in the remaining 3 minutes of the first half, they can and get a touchdown. Well, they're only down by a score. They get the ball right away in the second half. Boom. Tie it up.
Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard.
No, they'll run it. And Luke, it's nowhere. Anyways, here's what the current playoff standings look like in the AFC. Baltimore has the best record out there with an 8-3 record, followed by the other 3 division leaders are New England, Tennessee, and Kansas City 8-4, 8-4, and 7-4. That means Tennessee and New England haven't had their byes. Is Tennessee on a bye this week? Yes, Tennessee's on their bye this week. But then the wildcard spots at the moment are Cincinnati, Buffalo, and LA Chargers, who are 7-4, 7-4, and 6-5. But here's the funny thing. Las Vegas, Denver, they're both 6-5. They're on the outside looking in. But Indianapolis, 6-6. Pittsburgh, 5-5-1. And Cleveland, 6-6. They're all fighting for the last, for all three of those wildcard spots. There's 12 teams in the AFC without a losing record, which means 4 teams have losing records. Miami, I mean, they're not too far back at 5-7. Realistically, if they would win out and win their last 5 games, they can go 10-7. But anyways, it's going to be a tight race down because you got division titles, you got the wild cards, anything can happen, especially with 6 weeks left. Now on the NFC side, we got a minute left in this first half.
Jones on 3rd down.
Oh. On the NFC side, Arizona, who was idle this past week, still in first place at 9-2. But Green Bay is nipping at their heels at 9-3. Tampa Bay, they're 8-3. Green Bay has a bye this week, so if Arizona loses, Tampa Bay wins. We'll see what happens, who gets first place. And then Dallas, they're still division leaders in the East at 7-4. So those are your top 4 seeds. And then here's your wild card. You have LA Rams at 7-4. The San Francisco 6-5. There's only 6 teams with a winning record. With a winning record in the NFC. Everyone else has a losing record.
You keep trying to change things up because nothing is really working.
Then you got Washington. Washington just snuck themselves in as that 7 seed at 5-6. But then you got Minnesota at 5-6, Atlanta 5-6, New Orleans at 5-6, even Philadelphia at 5-7, Carolina at 5-7, New York at 4-7, and Chicago at 4-7. I'll still throw in Seattle at 3-8. I mean, who does Seattle play the rest of the season? They play the 49ers. I'd say if they lose to the 49ers this week, they're done. They're out. Then they play Texans, then the Rams, and the Bears, the Lions, and the Cardinals. Yeah, 2, 4, 6. That's their final 6 games. 2, 4, 6.
Moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen looking for Beasley. Got him on his slant.
But who knows? Are we playing this game now? Timeout, timeout, timeout.
The second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Just what we need is this timeout machine.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Allen.
Well, they only have one more timeout.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs.
No, they're not going to waste it here.
Inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing.
Yeah, move those chains.
And we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
I bet you if they're short of the touchdown, then they'll call timeout.
They'll look to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary.
Yeah, there's their last timeout.
They're going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Working with 2nd and 5
good. There we go.
Now Allen. And it's caught.
Oh, and they're short. And that's going to be the end of the half. Wow, how ridiculous.
So we've reached halftime.
Yeah, skip that. Go use the bathroom real quick. Be right back.
Let's do it.
Oh, don't say I skipped halftime. If I skipped halftime, oh well. I will be right back. You enjoy.
The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. It's caught by Aguilar.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup.
I don't think I missed much.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for
Anyways.
a coordinator to take a big shot.
Oh, sometimes this is a grind. Just trying to get through this. Ooh, New England's at midfield.
Tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Couple of first downs right in succession.
Trying to think,
this
man.
is an offense that can really use
Or what? We're in week 13. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 6 weeks of football left of the regular season. Then we hit the playoffs. That's going to be fun.
They'll try the right side.
And oh man, it's going to be Valentine's Day weekend. Valentine's Day is on a Monday, but that 13th, February 13th is the Super Bowl. And it's like, man, it just seems so late. I'd rather have football start a week earlier than get pushed back a week in my mind.
Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's going to be met
And like I've said before, I'm not a big fan of that Monday night playoff game. And everyone's like, why not? It's like, that's gonna make a big difference in whoever plays that night and wins. With the rest period and so forth, like having the 2 games on Saturday and then Sunday, okay, but you gain an extra day compared to losing an extra day.
A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
That's not what I want. Why did I touch that?
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They hand this off to Harris.
Oh, see, they're making their comeback.
But not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Oh, come on.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw.
Where was he throwing it to?
Over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now a handoff.
Oof.
Stevenson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Backing up, backing up, backing up. Throws it away. Now it's 4th and goal at the 6-yard line. Do you really send out your kicker?
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection
I mean,
was that good.
New England's defense has carried them in those 6-game winning streak in my mind.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
A fake field goal and they couldn't connect.
They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work.
I like their I like their oh, no, we don't need to see this. We don't need to see this. We can skip this. Try and get through this as fast as possible.
Well, the element of surprise was there. All right, there's no doubt about it. For us, maybe, but not for the guys on defense. An incomplete pass on the fake field goal attempt.
I guess, though, if you're trying to pick up the 1st in that spot, why not let your QB throw the ball, right?
You thinking that might be a better
Instead
way
of
to
your
go?
kicker, yeah. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
No.
And now the drive starts with a completion.
Yeah,
out to
1
the
yard
right.
gain.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
I mean, I don't know what else to talk about right now. Just,
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
oh, he's got room to run. Oh, did they give it to him? Did they give it to him? Yeah, they give him the 1st down.
3 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a run.
Because, I mean, once the 4th quarter starts, we'll look at the games that are coming up this week and do my picks, and oh my goodness. I am not doing so hot with my picks. Well, it's...
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
But like I've said before in this again, I don't look at the. I'm not looking at who is going to cover the spread. I'm not here to say who's going to who's favored and all that. I go with who is going to win the game. I'm not a betting expert. I go with who I think is going to win. And the last few weeks, who I think is going to win haven't won.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I'll get that up real quick.
A play fake to Singletary.
Plenty of time, and wide open as Diggs. Oh, look at that shimmy shake.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40.
Okay, those are my lock. That's my lock, and that's my upset. I gotta remember those when time comes.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it.
Oh,
and they pick up another first down there.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard
So
line.
Bills are moving the ball.
On first down. Singletary.
Oh, let's see what some other news is perishable. Man, they are eating up this clock.
Keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And I mean that's what Buffalo should be doing, is eating up that clock. You have a 2-score lead, you're moving the ball. But as soon as I say that, boom, they're going to.
Correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Right back to
He fumbles it, but he recovers it. Okay.
Loses it. And fortunately, the Bills jump on
See, sources say Taysom Hill will start for the Saints and Kamara is out. And then banged up Seahawks take a chance on Adrian Peterson. Okay, so a few weeks ago, Adrian Peterson signed with Tennessee. Okay, and he had a rushing touchdown, I think, against the Rams, I think. And that's where I was surprised that Tennessee found a way to beat the Rams.
Possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
And
to throw, it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete.
And then a few weeks later, they cut Adrian Peterson. Now Peterson, the Seahawks are giving him a shot. Should pick him up. Or taking a look at Adrian Peterson to see what the veteran, like Adrian Peterson. Oh, they're. Oof. Oh, now they fake it, and he's going to get the first down.
He's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it.
Oh my goodness! Fake field goals left and right here. Trubisky. Like, okay, I know how much I hate Adrian Peterson. Not because of who he is and what he's done off the field. It's what he's done on the field, and he was drafted and played for the Minnesota Vikings. And as a Pack fan, I know how he is, and it's just ridiculous. Or how he was, you know? And the funny thing is, his rookie season, he showed flashes in 07. And then they come to Green Bay, and he gets hurt. The Packers hurt him. And they're like, oh, did you do that on purpose? Was that intentional? It's like, no.
I don't see why that trend would change now.
But he was great. He was exclusive. I'm sure he still has it, but look how many teams he's bounced around with after leaving Minnesota. And it was incredible that, he tears his ACL, MCL, whatever, and not even, 6 months later, he's back out there winning the MVP. So, I mean,
and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Adrian Peterson, is he a Hall of Fame? Oh, intercepted. Is Adrian Peterson a Hall of Fame worthy running back? And I would say yes. I mean, if he would have stayed healthy and how he was running the ball, he could easily have, he might have been able to beat surpass Emmitt Smith for all-time leading rusher, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen these days anymore. And if it does by any running back, I mean, I think, isn't Frank Gore third on that list now? Let's see, let's look this up. NFL all-time
from down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Rush.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And that is incomplete.
Well, here's New England's opportunity. They intercepted him.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot.
Let's see if they can capitalize on the interception.
Try and get it back little by little.
Okay, so Emmitt Smith.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a
Yeah, Frank Gore's third on that list at 6 and even 16,000. And he's not even in the league right now. He's getting ready for a boxing match. Adrian Peterson's fifth at 14,902. And I mean, obviously he would need 4,000 more yards to surpass Emmitt Smith. And, well, just 2,000 yards to surpass Walter Payton. But that's not going to happen this year, obviously. I mean, in my opinion, in my true, honest opinion, if he stays healthy his entire career and doesn't bounce around too much and is consistently used, I wouldn't be surprised if Jonathan Taylor is that guy. If he runs wild, if he stays healthy, if they use him properly, I wouldn't be surprised if Jonathan Taylor is that guy that creeps up on Emmitt Smith and surpass him for all-time leading rusher. But only time will tell.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try to
oh, look at that! Look at that!
It's Harris. Oh, he sheds himself free.
But yeah, Frank Gore, he's third. Adrian Peterson's fifth, and it's just like, man. Then you have all these other, you have all these Hall of Famers. Hall of Famer, Frank Gore's number 3. Barry Sanders, Hall of Famer. Adrian Peterson, he's still active. But Curtis Martin, he's in the Hall of Fame. LaDainian Thompson's Hall of Fame, he's 7th. Jerome Bettis, 8th, Hall of Fame. Eric Dickerson, 9th, Hall of Fame. Tony Dorsett, 10th, Hall of Fame. Jim Brown, Hall of Fame. Sean Falk, Edward James, Marcus Allen, Franco Harris, and Thurman Thomas. All Hall of Famers. Then it varies. So yeah, I don't see how Frank Gore and Adrian Peterson don't get in the Hall of Fame.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, Stevenson.
He's juking and jiving.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Oh, they're just outside the red zone with about a minute left in the 3rd.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it nice.
And drinking all this water might make another bathroom break, but
wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Gotta stay hydrated somehow. Oh, we're going to be shying. That might be the last play of the quarter by the looks of it.
He got maybe a half yard at most. eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there. And
Oh, he's got the first down and more, and that'll take us to the 4th quarter. We'll see how this drive ends. See if New England can cap off with a touchdown. Take a little pee break while the game keeps playing, and then we'll go over my picks for the week. I'm pretty sure week 14 is the last bye week, so week 15, 16, and 17 we'll have 4 full weeks of 16-game football.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Handoff. He's at the 6, up to the 6-yard line.
Down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
Oh, end around. What was that? Why are they doing the end around?
Closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Hunter Henry. Yeah, let's do an end around to the tight end.
It's 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Touchdown, New England!
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And this is a big game, too. If New England can go into Buffalo, beat them, secure their cement for first place in the East, go on their bye week, and then 2 weeks later, go to host Buffalo and beat them again, I mean, the East is theirs, and possibly the AFC. And in all honesty, it's a who's who. Who's going to win the AFC? Who's going to win the NFC? It's a who's game. So we are 7 points down. I'll be right back.
This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
See, I didn't miss much.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Oh, let's run the ball. No, that...
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
It's a 305.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd.
And they're going to be... Oh, no, he gets the first down. Okay, let's look at the games that are coming up this week. Oh, man. So, last week, I went 7-8. Ugh. Horrible. Did horrible. To my overall, I am now 105 and 74, and my accuracy is 59%. That's failing.
Here's Allen.
So these are the games that are happening this week. We have Thursday Night Football, Dallas at New Orleans. Then Sunday, early action, we have Tampa Bay at Atlanta, Arizona at Chicago, LA Chargers at Cincinnati, Minnesota at Detroit.
From the gun, Allen.
Oh, first down and more. Unless he fumbled. No, he didn't fumble it. New York Giants at Miami. Philadelphia at the New York Jets. And the last noon game is Indianapolis at Houston. Late games, we have Washington at Las Vegas, Jacksonville at LA Rams, Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Ooh, that's going to be a good one. San Francisco at Seattle. And then Sunday night, we have Denver at Kansas City. And, of course, Monday Night Football, New England at Buffalo.
Singletary, and they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pick.
And some of these games seem like, oh, these are easy picking. Some are like, ooh.
Satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him.
So we got second and third.
You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that.
Oh, jeez, don't get me started with Moss.
For every runner.
So we start with Thursday Night Football, Dallas at New Orleans. So, oh, I thought it was at Dallas, but no, it's at New Orleans. So, Dallas will be without their head coach. They have struggled all month long, and it's a new month. It's December 2nd. Oh, 4th and inches. Do they punt or they go for it? Wow.
I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Put that back over here. So we have this is a toughie. I mean, Dallas easily could have beaten the Raiders last week, but with thanks to the refs and this and that, they lost in overtime. Oh no, why would you go for a field goal here? You're not gonna make it. Well, shortened to wide left, so now you give New England, all they gotta do is go, 53 yards for the tie of the game. Why would you punt there, or go for it? Yeah, ooh, what happened?
The Patriots ready to try again on offense.
But anyways,
and still just down 1 score.
the Saints are beat up. They got humiliated by Buffalo in the dome, and the Cowboys, I think they'll right the ship. They'll get things back the way on their side, and they'll go to New Orleans big easy and get the W. Maybe in a close one, maybe not. I say if Dallas wins, it's going to be at least by 10 points. I don't care what the spread is, or so on and so forth. Then we move to Sunday, Tampa Bay, Atlanta. I mean, if Tampa Bay can go into Indianapolis, fall behind early, and find a way to come back to win, they should be able to go into Atlanta. I know it's a divisional foe. They should find a way to beat Atlanta. Especially if Fournette has another game like he did last week. So give me Tampa Bay easily. I don't know. But I think Tampa Bay will take care of business. They'll be Atlanta. Then we go to Arizona at Chicago. You don't know how badly I want Chicago to beat Arizona. But, and well, weather might be a factor. You never know. You never know. I mean, I don't know what the status of DeAndre Hopkins is. I don't know how Arizona will play in the weather, in the cold. But Arizona, they've only had 2 losses on the season. They lost to Green Bay, and they lost to. Oh, who else did they lose to? Man, that escapes me.
This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th.
Now I gotta look that up.
Working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
I don't think it was division rival. Come on. Come on.
A looming decision to make on the conversion. Down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
I missed that big pass play. Plenty of time, and he's gonna get. Oh, he gets away, and
now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's gonna wind up incomplete. As defensive coordinators.
Carolina, that's right. They got shackled by Carolina on the road, or no, at home. That's worse against the returning Cam Newton. I forgot about that. But if Arizona is the real deal, they will go into Chicago. They will take care of the Bears. And I have to go with Arizona. This is where the pretenders and the contenders are finally separated. Okay? If you are a contender, you will take out pretenders like the Bears and win. And go on the road. You gotta go on the road and win. No matter what. If you are a contender. If you can't go on the road to take care of inferior teams, then kiss the playoffs and Super Bowl goodbye. To your right, Jones, you're going to get sacked. Well, here's the question. Do they kick the field goal with 7.5 left, or they go for it? They probably kick the field goal. So give me Arizona. You're coming off a bye, right? Yeah, you just had your bye week. You're all well rested. You're going to get ready for the cold. You're going to Chicago. You got to take care of business. Okay, moving on. LA Chargers at Cincinnati. Give me the Bengals. The Bungles. I don't know what's going up with the Chargers. Chargers are up, down, left, right. They just went to Denver and got beat up by a division rival, which I will give divisional games a push. Anything happen in divisional games. Cincinnati, you're home. You're the home team. Chargers are coming to Cincinnati. It's December. They played in one of the coldest game via wind chill ever in the Freezer Bowl. So you can't tell me this warm weather team is going to adjust like that heading into Cincinnati. Who knows what the weather's going to be like there. So yeah, give me Cincinnati. Minnesota at Detroit. Last time these two teams played in Minnesota, Minnesota won on a last-second field goal. Now they go to Detroit. And Detroit lost on Thanksgiving, as we all know. Otherwise, they would have a W in the win column, but they don't. Or tally in the win column, but they don't. And they lost on last-second field goal again. Detroit has had bad luck all season. where they had opportunities to win, but they didn't.
Late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
And this division rivalry, anything could happen. I know Detroit's the home team, but let's be honest, Minnesota is the better team. They are. Even knowing they're 5-6, they can easily. I'm going to flat out say Minnesota could easily be 11-0. But those 6 games that they lost because of their own self-doing. They lost at Arizona because of missed field goal. They lost at Cincinnati week 1 because they fell behind early and couldn't capitalize in overtime. That's 2 of their 6 losses. They lost to Cleveland 14-7 at home. They could beat Cleveland easily. They could. Look at Cleveland now. Okay. Now I'm digging deep in the barrel. Who else did they lose to? Who else did they lose to? They lost to San Francisco last week just because of poor management, if anything. That's 4 of their 6 losses. What are the other 2 teams they lost to?
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second.
No, they haven't played Pittsburgh yet.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
Did they play Baltimore yet? I don't think they played Baltimore yet. No, they did play Baltimore. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. Minnesota's a much better team than their record says. That's all I gotta say. Because I mean, they played a hell of a game against Green Bay a few weeks ago, and then they crapped the bed against San Francisco on the road. So, is Minnesota a pretender or contender? They're a pretender in my mind. But I think they'll take care of Detroit in Detroit. Then we got the New York Giants at Miami. Give me the Dolphins. They're on a hot winning streak. They've won 4 in a row. They're home. Giants, they stink. They suck. Miami, I think they're going to keep keep it rolling. Philadelphia at the New York Jets. This is a tricky one. I mean, the Eagles, they stumbled this past week. And it's like, oh man, what happened? But I think the Eagles are going to bounce back. I think they'll get the win over the Jets. Jets still S-U-C-K. Suck. I think they'll bounce back and get the W.
No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Throwing on first down is Allen.
And then the last noon game of the week is Indianapolis at Houston. Now, Indianapolis has dominated the series against Houston, mainly because the Colts have had Peyton Manning and then Andrew Luck. Even when Houston think they could have some luck, they fall short. But if Indianapolis goes to their roots and focus on running the ball with Jonathan Taylor, they should have no problem of winning this game against Houston. But Houston has seen some high spots, but I still say all the Colts have to do is focus on running the ball. Then they'll give time for Carson Wentz to throw it when he has to, and they should win this game against Houston.
They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Allen.
And he should have the first down.
And he is going to have a Bills first down.
Then we move to late games. Washington at Las Vegas. This is my upset pick. I think Washington's going to go into Vegas and upset them and keep that winning streak alive and keep nipping on the heels of the Cowboys. So give me Washington. Jacksonville at LA Rams. The Rams, I think, got they were part of No Win November. They lost 3 straight. There was only 4 games in November. They lost all 3. They had their bye, but they're hosting Jacksonville. It's Jacksonville. LA Rams should hopefully bounce back, get back on the winning ways, destroying Jacksonville. That's not my guaranteed pick of the week. My lock of the week is Tampa Bay over Atlanta. Division rivals in the AFC North, Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Give me the Ravens, even knowing Lamar Jackson turned the ball over like 20 times against Cleveland on Sunday Night Football.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And now right out of the 2-minute
yeah, now we're going to have timeouts. The Lord. Okay, last late game, San Francisco at Seattle. Give me the Niners. Give me the Niners. They are finally finding ways to win. Give me San Francisco. Sunday Night Football, Denver at Kansas City. Give me the Chiefs.
A late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They run here.
Oh no, he's shy, so he used another timeout. And then finally, Monday Night Football, New England at Buffalo. Give me the Patriots. I think this win streak goes to 7. I know right now, Madden doesn't think so. But I think New England can pull up the upset and go in Buffalo, get that win with that defense. And just as you see, now they're all out of timeouts. So even if Buffalo takes a knee, kicks a field goal, the Patriots are just down by a touchdown. Just ready. Oh, I'm ready for this game to be over with. But if Buffalo gets a touchdown, this game is over. Oh, deflected!
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown.
Oh.
I'm going for it here.
The commentators say, hey, let's go for it. I say, no, you kick the field goal. You go up by 7. So if you can't stop New England, the game will be at least tied, and you have all 3 timeouts. They have no timeouts.
The kick by Bass is good.
So all you have to do is stop them. That's all you got to do is stop them.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away.
So he takes it at the goal line. He's at the 20. He's up to the 23-yard line. 24.
Just shy of the 25.
So on minute 38, we'll see if Mac Jones, who's been nearly perfect up, nearly, oh, not quite.
They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10.
Woo, 4 wide.
To throw is Jones.
Plenty of time. But he's going to get sacked and fumbles it. And that's the game. That's going to be the game. Wow.
And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime.
You can't sit on the ball like that.
I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them.
So Buffalo just needs to kneel the ball a few times, and that'll be the game. They better not try and say, hey, we're going to score. Just kneel like twice, I think. Victory formation. They should put in Trubisky.
Could officially salt this one away. And they take a knee.
Wow, what a way to end the game, right? So there you have it. Oh,
now from the 7,
what?
Here's second
Why?
and goal.
Why would they do this?
On the handoff, it's Singletary. And a little bit of
They got to kneel it one more time. Let's see if I can. Week 14 quick lineup. Oh, Steelers Vikings, that's Thursday night. Packers Bears are Sunday night. Baltimore Cleveland. Jacksonville Tennessee. Raiders or Vegas Chiefs, Saints, Jets, Cowboys. Oh, Dallas Washington. That might be my game of the week, especially with everything on the line. Yeah, that just might be it. I might do that one. That sounds good. Washington, Dallas. There you go. That's the game. Buffalo finds a way to hang on to win to end that winning streak, but we'll see.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises.
So there you have it.
But they did what they needed to
Do a quick recap. Watch some highlights.
Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the
Patriots were this close.
That type of a game.
Just one hell of a game.
That'll do it for us, for Charles Davis and all our hard work.
See those stats. Takeaways, New England.
Watching the NFL
But
on
oh
EA
well.
Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.
Well, there you have it. Man thinks Buffalo's going to end New England's winning streak. And only time will tell. If you like what you saw, like, subscribe, maybe big thumbs up, right? Yeah. Otherwise, till next time, adios, muchachos.